service is not that good in this area. I mean, it's never good. Wanted to let you guys know right now, CodingPhase.com, we are having that Labor Day from now till Monday. So take advantage, right? To the end of Monday, was it 11:59 p.m. You could get that sale right now, man. Don't slack, okay? I don't know why. I feel like YouTube is not sending notifications to my live streams to you guys, but hopefully you guys can see it. Let me know if you guys are in here. You guys can see that we are live. Okay, I want to hang out with you guys. I want to talk to you guys for a little bit. Today's actually a day where we celebrating, my daughter's coming to this world. Is what we call the baby shower, right? You already know I'm out here baby shower mode. I got the button down. I got to do it, right? So we are here, man. This is like close to Daytona. If you're in the Daytona area around here, right? New Smyrna, let me know. I'm here. I'm in Florida. Let me know. Let's meet up today. But anyways, man, like I was saying, Labor Day 2020, that's the coupon code, just like that, how it is on the title. Everything uppercase, right? You put in that coupon code, you get 55% off. Yeah, 55% off the whole thing. Okay, so any course, any bundle, any subscription, anything that you guys want to sign up for, 55% off. Okay, take advantage. Do what you got to do. Okay, but yeah, man, let's hang out. I actually just want to talk to you guys at least for a good 20-30 minutes. Okay, shout out to my boy Angel Medina, Don Music, Cam Perry, all of you guys that are here. Shout out to you guys. You guys are the real superstars. Y'all made it to the live stream. Okay, congrats. You got the notifications on. YouTube was nice enough to let you know that we're here. Because how it be times, man. YouTube let people know whenever they want to let them know. Okay? S. Reed is in here. A couple of you guys are in here. Yeah, man. You know where I'm at. Not for nothing, man, but I get excited every time I see my shit. This is the big boy. I should look, and it's crazy because I was gonna get the AMG package, the night package, but I would have been too crazy, It was gonna be too damn crazy for me to get that one. But again, this is what happens when you work hard. This is what happens when you become a developer, right? Now, this is just the beginning. I've been telling you guys, we're focusing very, very, very hard in Shopify. This is what I tell people all the time. Like right now, I'm with my family members, my wife's family out here in Florida. Everybody asks me, like, Joe, what do you do? What do you do for work? This, and that. Because they've seen me from, I wasn't broke, but compared to now, I was broke. So they seen the growth, and everybody's like, it's like, oh, Joe, he's major now. Da-da-da. I'm like, I'm not major yet. I'm comfortable, right? But I'm not major yet. So I'm just telling the youngins, like, what is it that they got to do? You know what I mean? Like, you learn how to code. Learn how to code, man. It's the best thing that you can do. Literally, it's the best thing that you can do. I mean, when I come in here, I show you guys what I do on my off time is literally to show you guys, the progress. It's not really like, oh, I come in here like, oh, let me show off or whatever. Nah, it's literally for showing the progress, and so you guys can see, what it is to become a developer. Shout out to my uncle. This is my uncle right here. Uncle Robert.
What's up? Who's that?
We're live in the world.
No way, really?
YouTube, man.
Cool.
You're live to the world right now, Uncle.
Nice. We're tucking. We're good. Oh.
Uncle, where's the blicky? Where's the blicky at?
I don't know. ain't got nothing now.
You don't got the blicky on you? Uncle always walking around with something. He's always strapped, just in case. So
Should I show it out?
you can put it to the side real quick. Just to the side. I don't even know if what's the rules on YouTube. Just not the whole thing, just bring the top of it. Just the top of it. Just the top of it. You know what I mean? Just the top of it. This is how we do it in Florida. This the guy you gotta be careful. He's like, yo, that's the uncle that you gotta be careful with. Just in case you think
dog poop. Yeah, that's the guy you want to scare from.
you think life is sweet. You're like, yo, you mess with him or
Yeah, I don't know. I figured 20 years ago.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Uncle, what you doing? You just walking the dog real quick?
Yeah, chilling.
Nice.
Where you going? You going somewhere?
Nah, I just came out here to do a little video
This thing stinks. I gotta get rid of this thing.
For YouTube. Hang out with the peoples.
Stinky.
Yeah.
Stinky pee. I see someone didn't clean up theirs.
Yeah, disrespectful.
We'll talk to you, man.
All right. Cool. Yeah, man. Always trap. Y'all want me to pull out my shit? Y'all don't want me to put my shit out. My shit, I look like I look like I'm a rapper or some shit. My shit got extendos. You know what I mean? That's just a small blicky. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Welcome to Florida, man. Again, man, it is what it is. This is the good life. I'm living a freaking amazing life, a life that I wouldn't have thought that I would be able to live, and maintain. Because it's a big difference when there's people that live off credit, like they stunt on people, right? They'll go in and get themselves into debt. Y'all know me, right? Y'all see me with the same t-shirt. It's like the other day, some dude said, Joe, you still got that Nirvana shirt? I'm like, yep. If that shit is not broken, I don't need to get a new shirt. You know what I mean? I spend on the things that I need, the things that is gonna help me grow. Like I buy courses, right? Some people think like, oh, Joe knows everything. I don't know everything, right? I go and I spend money out of my own pocket. I buy courses about businesses. I buy courses about how to do marketing, how to step my game up and grow as a business owner, entrepreneur, right? Those courses cost money, but this is how you get to grow. Like right now, some of you guys are in the stage where you're learning how to find something new for you to better your life, right? I can only tell you about coding, right? Because that's all I know, right? That's what's working for me and what has worked for me. If I come up to you and be like, hey man, I'm gonna create a real estate course, I will be bullshitting because I don't know. I don't have experience. I haven't found success with real estate, right? I'm not a guy that made his money from real estate. I literally share with you guys the things that work for me and the things that has been beneficial. That's why I created these courses. After people ask me, Joe, how do you do this? Joe, how do you quit your job? How are you able to maintain yourself? How is it that you're being able to do this and that? I give you guys the exact knowledge that I have, right? And that's what's on CodingPhase.com, right? All the programming courses on CodingPhase.com is inside of a monthly subscription. If you guys want to learn how to code, literally $20. Today, 55% off, you pay $9 on a monthly subscription, right? New members only, okay? If you're already an OG member, like you guys know what you're getting, you know what I mean? My advice is upgrade to the yearly plus. The yearly plus has everything from the 6-figure bundle, which is how I actually learn how to make money online with different type of websites, creating WordPress websites, and niching down to a specific community and making money from affiliate links, making money from Google AdSense, right? All of that's inside the 6-figure bundle. Then from there you have things like HTML email developer bundle. The HTML email developer bundle is an amazing way for any one of you guys to get hired with the basics of web development, which is HTML and CSS. You don't need no JavaScript. You don't need anything else beyond that to get this job. and that's what I teach in the six-figure bundle. Then now we have the Shopify career bundle, which is basically Shopify theme development bundle and Shopify app development bundle. Okay, the theme development allows you to apply as a Shopify developer for different companies, and at the same time helps you to make income on the side by creating themes. If you don't know what a theme is, imagine creating a website for, you know, a specific industry. So like, let's say you create a website for let's say, for example, let me see a good industry, fashion industry, right? So a clothing line, or, you know, maybe a sneaker store, etc., right? I teach you guys how to create the themes for businesses within Shopify. Shopify, if you guys don't know, is one of the biggest e-commerce platforms right now. Is the hottest thing that's out, period. Like, you don't have to believe me. This is the thing. A lot of times people come in here, it's like, is Joe bullshitting me? This isn't. You don't have to believe me. You do your own research. You get what I'm saying? If you feel like, hey man, Joe's bullshitting me, cool. Do your own research. Go online, search for the jobs. Look in your area. Go online, look at the opportunities. How much a Shopify theme developer is making right now? How much a Shopify app developer is making right now? If you look on the Shopify developer, I think it's developers.shopify.com, you will look in there, and that tells you automatically that the average developer that's in the ecosystem of Shopify is making like $274,000. The average. We're not talking about the guy that's like the genius, right? I don't get into things that I need to become a genius or expert in it, right? Because we know for you to get to become an expert or a genius or whatever into any type of field or any type of industry, that takes time. So if I get into something, it's because it's easier for me to start making income. And just like for you guys, if you don't see no results, you're gonna leave it alone. That's the same thing for me. So I look for things where I can find results right away, and I can start getting some income out of it. You know, it's like, for example, a Shopify app. I was talking to Omar Suriel, who's also a YouTuber here on YouTube land, right? If you guys don't know who he is, shout out to him. So I was talking to Omar Suriel, and I was telling him like, yo, bro, you gotta hop on this Shopify app development, you know, and Shopify theme development. Like, there's a lot of money that you can make from freelancing. A lot of people right now need to create their own businesses online, right? And they probably already have a business, but they don't have an online store. You know, creating an online store from scratch takes time. It could take you up to 6 months to build a solid e-commerce store. But why would you do that when Shopify already has all of that technology already created for you? So then now what you can do is customize the websites and basically make it your own and give it the extra features that you need. So instead of you worrying about, oh, what should I use, Stripe, how am I gonna charge people, the processing, you know, credit card processing, how am I gonna set up a cart system, how am I gonna set up this and that, all of that has been created by Shopify. So instead of you worrying about doing all of those things, now you can focus on the product. And that's why businesses are choosing to work with Shopify instead of creating an e-commerce website from scratch, right? The biggest companies are working with Shopify right now. You know what I mean? Look up Kylie Jenner's website. Look up Jeffree Star's website. Look up who else is in here? Fashion Nova. Look up almost everybody that's in the game. They're using Shopify, bro. Like, everybody that's selling products and the big brands right now, they're using Shopify. So at the end of the day, it's a great opportunity. And like I said to you guys, I'm teaching you guys the thing that is practical and the things that can be achieved. If I come in here and I tell you guys, I'm gonna teach you guys how to become a machine learning you know, engineer or data scientist, right? I will be bullshitting you, right? Because what if you can't get a job in that? Can you make some money out of that on your own? What if they tell you, hey, you need a bachelor's degree? Can you get hired with that? No. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's why I don't teach those things. I'm a very practical dude, right? I got in the game with no degree as far as computer science, right? I basically I still don't have a computer science degree. You know what I'm saying? So if I go into anything, I gotta look at it of like, man, I don't have a degree in this thing, right? If they're asking for a bachelor's or master's, I'm not gonna get into that because it's gonna be harder for me to find a job or find opportunities as a self-taught developer. So what I'm teaching you guys is actually the thing that you guys need, right? It might not be the coolest thing, it might not be the trendiest thing, right? Like I'm talking about Shopify. Who else out here is talking about Shopify? Nobody, my dude. And it's for a reason, you know. It's something that's not gonna get views, but it's gonna get you a job. Maybe it's not as sexy as, you know, Dino.js, or, you know, maybe learning, you know, I don't know, the latest framework that just comes out, you know, every freaking 6 months or whatever. But at the same time, it's like a skill that you can use not only for you to get a job, but also for yourself so you can make income on your own, right? Because when I came into the game, I didn't come into the game just like, oh, I'm gonna go and become a developer to work forever for somebody. Nah, bro, you gotta come into the game with a plan. Like, how can you boss up? Like, you use the experience of working with companies for you to grow and for you to maintain yourself. So I'll give you an example. Let's say right now you dead broke, right? Right now you don't got no money, right? So what is it that you got to do? You got to get a job so you could get some money, right? So you learn the skills that's going to get you a job and get you paid, right? Get that steady income. So you could pay your car, you could pay your credit cards, you could pay everything that you need to pay, you know, get your credit up, etc., right? That whole process is going to take you a whole year for you to get your life in order. I'm telling you from experience. I had a shitty credit. I had freaking, matter of fact, I didn't even have credit. When I tried to apply for a credit card, they literally told me like, yo, the best way for you, kiddo, is getting a secure card. If you guys don't even know what a secure card is, okay, if you don't know what a secure card is basically you putting a down payment for them to give you a credit card. So if you want to get $500 for them to loan you, you got to pay them $500 so they can give you a $500 credit card. That's the level that I was in. Okay, now I'm sharing all of these things so you can see the process and you know the growth that I've had as a developer. You know, sometimes most of the YouTubers, most of the people that's out here, you'll see when they're good, right? They won't even talk about if they came from the bottom or how they, you know, they made it, you know, made it like to get to the point where they're at now. They won't get into those details. I share it because there's gonna be a guy in this video stream, right? This live stream watching me right now that might say, you know what, I'm in that same position and I just want to get my shit together. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was in the same position, bro. You know, imagine this: 24 years old, you don't have a car, you know, living in your mom's house. Like, that's bad, bro. You know, so there's a reason why I got into this game. It was literally to get my shit together, you know, get my bread up. And as you guys are seeing the fruits. Everything that you see right now is the fruits. You know, talking to my uncle here, you know, he's like, damn, it's like, how much you pay for this shit? I'm like, 100K, my dude. He's like, damn, you doing like that? That's how we doing it. But how you do this and that? Coding. He's like, oh, I gotta tell my son about it. I'm like, tell him, send him to CodingPhase.com. I got him. You know, I'll help him out. Because that's the thing. Like, when I come in here, it's for motivation, right? To show you guys what's possible, and not saying that this is the limit, because this isn't the limit. You know, what I've gotten to a regular person, you know, like a papi and mommy kid, they're used to this type of shit. They're used to this type of lifestyle. Like, hey man, you know, I'm going vacations. Hey man, I'm freaking buying homes. Hey man, I'm doing this and that. There's people that live that lifestyle. Papi and mommy kids. I'm self-made. You know, all of this shit. You know, when I'm in this car, I get into this shit. You know, I feel good because I'm like, yo, you know what? We make this shit happen. You know what I mean? Like, we out here, you know, in the condos and New Smyrna, Florida, you know, and vacate for Labor Day, celebrating my, you know, my freaking my future daughter that's coming out in October 19th. So if you want to send me a little something, for the baby? Nah, I'm joking. I'll send you my PO box. Send me something for the baby. Nah, I'm joking. Nah, I don't need nothing. We just had the baby shower. You know what I mean? Like it feels good. But there's people that they might look at this and be like, "Oh, this is nothing." Like we do that shit every day. The thing is that I didn't do this type of shit before. I didn't have all the shit that I have now. This came from blood, sweat, and tears, right? Literally, me sitting down in front of a computer for 8 hours a day, right, for a whole year, working for companies. And my first job is not that sexy story that you hear from people, be like, "Oh, I got an $80,000 job." Some of you guys got better opportunities than me. I got students that, you know, that have gotten to companies that I didn't even get hired on, that I didn't even get those opportunities, right? My first job was $13 an hour. I got students that get $80,000 on their first job. Imagine that. You know what I'm saying? Like you're teaching people the shit that you know now, but your story is not as sexy as them. You get what I'm saying? Like you guys probably gonna have sexier stories than me. Like my shit is not sexy. My shit was I was working in a warehouse, $13 an hour, first job. I was there for 2 months. Right? I quit the job because I knew I had the talent to get a better job. And that's what I tell every single one of you guys too. If you go into a job and they're not paying you good and you got the talent, you know there's another job for you. But don't be stupid. Don't stay at home without getting any income in. Because even those $13 that I was getting, that shit was helping me out to take the train, helping me out to pay my internet so I could continue learning online, paying for my cell phone. So when people call me, I have a phone that they could leave a voicemail and say, "Hey, hi guys, this is Joe Santos Garcia. Please leave a voicemail." You know what I'm saying? If I didn't have that income, I would have had my phone cut off. I would have freaking, or I would have had to be like, "Yo, mommy, could you please help me out? Get me a phone." You know what I'm saying? And as a 24-year-old man, I didn't want to be doing that type of shit. You know? You get what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you gotta go for it, Um, yeah, definitely. I'm just sorry. I'm just reading through the comments right now. But like I said, you know, this is how you get this shit done, man. You come to CodingPhase, you gotta learn everything that you need to get a job, right? Anything beyond that, you can also get it, right? You can also learn the things that you're gonna need for the first 2-3 years. Anything beyond the first 2-3 years on CodingPhase, bro, that's your own journey because you have to. I'm gonna give you the tools. I'm gonna teach you how to code. I'm gonna teach you how to get a job. I'm gonna teach you the skills to make income for yourself. But anything beyond that, beyond the third year, that's on you because I don't know what you want to do. If you want to go in and go to work at Google, then that's when you say, "Okay, Joe, thank you for what you did for me. I got my job. I got some extra income. Now I want to focus on the algorithms. Now I want to focus on making sure I have the type of projects that Google is gonna accept me." You know what I'm saying? Like that's a journey you gotta go on your own because that's not what I'm trying to do for you. What I'm trying to do for you is how to get you into a job and put some money in your pocket. Okay? Let me see. Reading through the comments. Shout out to everybody that's in here. We got like 70 something people. I know it's a random live stream, but you know how I do it. S. Reed, Jason Nelson's like, "Yo, he had it on him." Yeah, bro. I got it on me right now. But I'm not going to show it because I can't. It's right here. Let's just say it's right here with the extendo. I can't open it. I can't really show it. That's why I told him, don't really show it because I don't know what's the rules on YouTube, right? I just said, "Hey man, show the top of it. Show just the handle. Show the handle. That's it. Don't show too much." Yeah, man, but we always got it on us. You get what I'm saying? So that's my uncle. That's from my wife's side. He's married to my wife's aunt. Super cool dude, man. A good guy. Hardworking dude, and he's just a funny guy. I have fun cracking jokes with him. But yeah, man. That's the beauty about living in a state like Florida. No state tax, no sales tax. If you gotta, like, for online service, you get no sales tax. And I would recommend you guys to move out here too. I think Texas also has the same thing. I don't know how their online sales is. So, like, let's say for example, from Connecticut, right? I'll give you guys an example to compare the two. So let's say in Connecticut, every time that I made $100,000 of my business, because all my money is digital income, right? I don't have no product. I don't have a physical product that I gotta go and sell, right? Everything that I have is a digital product. Advertisement is all digital. In Connecticut, they charge you 6%. So that's $6,000 every time that you make 100,000. Okay. So let's say if I go in and I make, 300, 400,000, right? Then from there, I will have to go and pay that shit. How much is that? 6 times 4, 24. So that's 24,000. And that's not even counting, right? That's not even counting your state tax. So then from there, they have another state tax. So then that's another 24,000. So you get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it adds up. So instead of you keeping, let's say you're 400,000, now you're keeping 300 and what? So it's like 48,000. So let's say $352,000. That's what you're keeping. So and that's like, that's the sales tax and the state tax. So, that's when you, as a business, you have to, business owner, you gotta make a decision. Like, am I gonna be giving, $50,000 extra for no reason, right? So for that, we moved to Florida. Now we living good, even better, right? That $50,000 helps me to pay for things like, the money that I'm doing for you guys, for for like the CodingPhase 365 challenge, right? I could use that extra income to, next year maybe do 10 or 15 MacBook Pros that we could give out. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I could go in and go meet up with you guys in person. Maybe I could go in and set up a CodingPhase retreat where we rent out a mansion and bring, at least 15 of you guys to the mansion, you know? So when it comes down to that, it's like you got to be smart. It's better to use your income that's coming in and use it to grow your business or to help out your family or things like that, instead of you paying in taxes that you're never gonna see. Like, we're not gonna see any money from state tax or online taxes, from, like, from the sales that we make or things like that. Like, I don't get no freaking food stamps or anything like that, so I'll never get to see that money. I gotta pay for insurance too. You get what I'm saying? So what we gonna do? Give it to the government for no reason? Nah, we gotta be smart. But like I said, guys, we got that Labor Day 2020 sale. Go to codingphase.com. There's a lot of people in here that can vouch for the courses that we have in there. And you're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna make sure you're gonna have fun and you're gonna learn everything that you need and put shit into practice. Elcon Hammond says, yeah, Joe, it sounds like you were an immigrant just like me. With refusal for a credit card. I had to get a freaking secure card as well. Yeah, bro. I had to get a freaking secure card, bro. A secure card. Like, that's the only way. That's how I started getting my credit up. I got a secure card. I pay that shit off. I used to buy everything with that card and pay it on time. Then from there, they start throwing you the little bullshit capital ones. Then from there, they start throwing you the little bullshits, Discover cards. Then from there, they start throwing you the good shit. You start getting that American Express Gold. You know what I mean? You get that American Express Gold, you start moving into places. Then you start getting the big boys, American Express. Now, the big boys, that's when they hit you with that $50,000 credit limit, that $100,000 credit limit. I'm still not to the black card limit, but you never know. A year, 2 years from now, I might get there. Now it's been a process. You get what I'm saying? Like, for somebody that they being a papi and mommy kid, all this shit is like oh, this is nothing, right? Somebody like myself, this to me is an accomplishment because I did shit on my own, zero, with negative. You know what I mean? Like I ain't have nothing. When I looked around, I'm like, yo, bro, my mom is an ex taxi driver, right? Like when my mom came here to the U.S., she was a taxi driver, right? Single parent. It's just me and my two sisters, okay? So if me as the man, I'm like, I'm not gonna be the guy that's gonna be asking shit from his mom. I'd rather just get it on my own, try to do as much as I can, and whatever income that my mom can help out, leave it for my sister so they could buy the dresses, they could buy the little makeup and shit like that. I'm that type of dude. I don't ask for much. I don't fucking bother nobody, you know. Plus, I already knew my mom. She worked hard, Being a freaking taxi driver as a woman, you don't see that shit every day, my dude. Okay, so shit was not sweet. And then luckily she got into teacher assistant and she doing her thing. But that's how it is. Um, yeah, man. How do you feel in your first job? How did I feel in my first job? Man, I was happy as hell. Looking back at it, it's like, oh man, $13 an hour is like bullshit. But I was happy as hell. You know why? Because I knew what was coming. Because number one, I couldn't get those big companies to hire me because I had no experience, right? So when you can't get a job because you have no experience. So then how the hell you get a job, right? You'd be like, you're not hiring me because I have no experience, right? And I can get the job because I've never worked anywhere. So when the hell am I gonna be able to work? So when I got that first job, I hit up everywhere, man. I hit up Craigslist, I hit up Indeed, I hit Dice, everywhere. All I needed was that stamp because my work was there, my portfolio was good. But you know how companies are. It's hard for somebody to hire a brand new developer with no degree, with no nothing, right? Without experience. So you gotta put in the work. I worked there for 2 months. I was happy as hell. And then I left out of there because I was like, hey, man, you guys, I feel like you guys can give me a bigger raise, because I'm doing a lot of work. The work that I was doing for them, people get paid, 50, 60 grand. I was getting paid $13 an hour. So they, as a business owner, they were doing good. They were like, oh shit, we got this little dude, we good. And then, 2 months later, I was already applying to other people. I was like, yo, I'm out of here. As soon as I went to another interview, got hired, and then that's it. I got my second job. Yeah, man. KM says, did you ever explain how you remember all this text? Okay, so number one, I don't remember everything. Okay? That's the thing. I don't remember everything, right? Even to this day, I don't remember everything. Like if somebody tells me, hey, Joe, remember every single property that's connected to CSS Flexbox. Am I gonna remember all of those things? No. But what I do know is concepts, and I still know how to go through documentation. You know what I'm saying? Like I know how it works, right? I know once I learn it, I'm not trying to remember it, if that makes sense. Like this is not a spelling bee. You get what I'm saying? Like this is not a spelling bee, right? Once you learn web development and how to build websites and build web applications, your job is not to remember everything like it was a spelling bee, because nobody's gonna come in and be like, hey, can you spell every CSS property? Like nobody gives a fuck. They're just gonna tell you, hey man, build this. And in that time that you're building it, you look into the documentation, the things that you need. Once you build a website once or build an application once, then from there you just go back and remember the things that you have done before. And whatever you don't know, you go in through Google, you search, you do research. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody needs to remember everything. So I don't remember every tech, like even things that I go and teach you guys, I don't remember every single thing off the top of my head. It's impossible. You know what I'm saying? Like how can I remember every single JavaScript method, right? Or, I come in and, I'm going to remember everything about Ruby on Rails, right? I can't remember it. The things that I use on a everyday basis, of course, I know that like the back of my hand. But the things that is like, let's say, abstract, or things that I might have to, go through the documentation. It's like once I learn it once, and then from there I learn the concepts, and then I know where to find it. You know, but it's impossible for you to remember everything, right? Even when you come to codingphase.com, don't come in with the mentality of like, damn, I gotta remember all of this. Like some people get overwhelmed, which is crazy. Some people think, on CodingPhase we have 60 courses. In CodingPhase we have 60 courses, right? And that's just for the monthly subscription. For the yearly plus, you get like 70 something. Okay. Now, some people come in and they say, damn, for me to become a developer, I gotta learn all of these courses. This is gonna take me years. And in reality, what you have to understand is that you learn what you need to learn. Okay, you learn what you need to learn. Not everything that's in CodingPhase you need to learn, right? All those courses are there so you can go and learn as your career demands extra skills. That's why I created CodingPhase for you guys. So you can go in there and say, okay, what do I need to get a job? Cool. HTML, CSS, JavaScript. That's a front-end developer job. HTML, CSS. That's it. That's a HTML email developer job, right? You want to become a front-end developer and, be working with React? Cool. HTML, CSS, JavaScript, then React, right? And then maybe you might know some Node.js, right? And working with APIs, right? So you go through the courses as you need to. But there are 60 courses just on the monthly subscription, so that can you can basically have the options to continue learning as you continue to grow within your career. Because you might come in and say, cool, I'm a HTML email developer, right? I got hired as an HTML email developer. All I needed was HTML and CSS. Cool, you got hired. Now you say, you know what? I'm tired of getting $45,000, $50,000. I want to become a front-end developer. Now you also have the option to learn JavaScript, ES6, right? Object-oriented programming, React, right? React to infinity. Then now you have the skills to apply to a front-end developer position. Then from there you say, cool, I'm a front-end developer, right? I'm making 65, 75, right? Or 80, whatever you're making. You want to make more, you're going to need to learn the back end. So you could become a freaking back end developer or a full stack developer. So you could get those numbers of 80 and up. You're not going to get 80 and up if you don't really know anything about like the back end, like at least some type of database, some type of programming language to create REST APIs or even GraphQL APIs, or at least know MySQL or know at least MongoDB, right? You're not gonna get those big numbers unless you have that experience. So now, mind you, you're already in like probably your first year, your year and a half, 2 years in as a developer, right? Now you also have those courses there on codingphase.com where you could continue to grow from not just a HTML email developer to then a front end developer, but then to a back end developer, and then now you are a full stack developer, right? So even though there's 60 courses, that doesn't mean you need to sit down and watch 60 courses to get a job. Some people get mistaken. They be like, Joe, I heard that you have people on codingphase.com for 2 years. There's people that's in there for like 2 years. And I'll tell you the truth. You know why they're there for 2 years? Because it's like I held their hand through their whole career, right? So as they were coming in, they didn't know anything. I taught them how to code. From there, I taught them how to become an HTML email developer. I taught them how to become a front-end developer. Cool. Now they got a job. Now, when they're on the job, they're asking them, hey, do you know Angular? Cool. I don't know Angular, but I got that subscription to codingphase.com. Let me go learn it. I don't have to go buy another course. I don't have to go buy another service or anything. I already signed up for a year. So in that first year, you're getting all of those things that you need. That second year, you also have already all those things that you need in there. So it's a process, right? That's why it's there. That's why the subscription is so important, because you're learning everything that you need. And it's basically, you learn as you go and you learn as you grow. Now, at the same time, while I'm teaching you guys how to code, you have courses that teach you how to make money online, how to freaking, you know, become your own boss, right? And make income. Because this is another thing too. When people come in and say, Joe, but, you know, your first job was $13 an hour, right? Your second job, you was making like $50,000, right? There's a chart where in the six-figure bundle, I share with you guys how much money was that I was making in my first year, my second year, third year as a developer, right? And you will see that I was already making like 60, 70 grand, 80 grand, right? Now, you might ask yourself, okay, but if you got paid at your job 50, where do you get that extra 30? Where do you make that extra 40, right? Simple, niche websites. So that's another piece that I'm teaching you. So you could do exactly how I did it. Not only get the job, but also make income on the side. You're never going to be able to ball out. You're never going to be able to get all the shit that you want by having just one job. Always remember that. The people that are smart, they have multiple streams of income. They have their job, which helps them pay for the average things like rent and shit like that. Then you need to have some type of other income that basically gives you money to play with. So you can invest into yourself, you can invest into your company, you can invest into other things. Your job that you get hired for, that's to take care of just your life, just to maintain yourself. For you to take those vacations, for you to buy the car that you want, for you to do everything that you want to do in this world, you need multiple incomes. Okay? And it doesn't matter what you do. Because you might think, oh, but there's guys at Google. Like I saw the other day a guy on the comment section for the video where I was talking about the income streams and the salaries for all of the developers. And he's like, it's like there's front end developer guys, at Google making $140,000 just starting. And it's like, bro, you're an idiot. Do you understand that most of those guys that are at Google, they don't got shit. They live with like fucking 3 roommates. They're paying $4,000, $5,000 a month in rent. Like paying crazy amount of taxes in California. Like people are stupid. People don't understand how this game works. Like they have no idea about how money works in this world, right? It's not about how much money you fucking get paid. It's how much money you get to keep. And it's not even how much money you get to keep that's really important. It's how much money you have extra to invest. So learn that from now. If right now you're watching me and you haven't learned shit from what I've been talking about in this whole live stream, learn that. It's not how much money you get paid. It's how much money you get to keep. And then it's not even about how much you get to keep. It's about how much you get to invest. How much money is left or extra that you have to invest. Because you could say, hey, I'm able to keep, a guy that goes to like Google and be like, well, I got paid, my first job is $150,000, right? Taxes come in, boom, cuts that shit down to about $90,000 that they get to have, okay? $90,000, right? So they're eating up a lot of the freaking taxes in California, eat up your whole check, okay? So from 150, let's say 150 brings it down to 90 after freaking taxes. Then from there, the next step, right? Which is that's how much they got left to keep, okay? What's left after that? Now they got to pay rent, $3,000, $4,000 an apartment. Calculate that, right? How much is that? Let's say $3,000 times 10 is $30,000. Another freaking by 12 is what? $36,000, right? So you minus that $90,000 minus freaking 30, was it $36,000? What's left out of that? You get what I'm saying? Then from there you gotta calculate, oh, I gotta eat, oh, I gotta pay transportation, oh, I gotta freaking, maintain myself, buy myself a little bit of clothes. Those guys ain't making shit. It's a prestigious job, but the level of money that they get to keep ain't shit. It's not. I'd rather be a guy that's working in North Carolina, right? Working in Florida, but then when I look at my check, either I'm getting paid from my main job or having side income. When I look around, I get to keep $80,000, $90,000 free after I pay taxes, after I pay the rent. Because what's the point of you like, oh, I made $140,000, but you over here looking like a bum. You over here, you can't afford. The most you can afford is like a little bullshit Tesla. There's dudes that be like, yo, damn, I got a Tesla. You got the $30,000 Tesla, my dude, right? Because that's what they do. You know, for a lot of people that don't know, they think like, man, oh, they got a Tesla, this, and that. They're living in San Francisco. They got the $30,000 Tesla, the cheap shit. That's not flexing. That's not balling. That's like, yo, that's the average dude. The dude that freaking works as a plumber, he could get a better car than him. So what's the point of saying I got a huge income, getting paid this huge income from this big company, when the freaking lifestyle and the, how much you gotta pay just to live in that area doesn't make it worth the money. You get what I'm saying? That's part of the game. That's how you learn, guys. All this shit that I'm telling you guys is just real life shit. You know, what you want to be, the guy that got fucking a lot of money on paper, or the guy that really got a lot of money. It's a big difference. You know. But yeah, like that comment was stupid because I was like, man, does this guy not understand? Don't understand like how much money do people fucking pay in San Francisco? They're not balling like that, bro. I used to live in New York City, and New York City is expensive, but not as expensive as San Francisco. Like New York City, you gotta pay for getting a 1-bedroom apartment. It's like $2,300, right? You get a 2-bedroom apartment, it's $2,800 to $3,500, right? You get a 3-bedroom apartment, and you're paying crazy amount of money, and the taxes is bad, but not as bad as San Francisco, because you got California taxes. So those guys that are living over there, they don't make no bread. That's why when people come in and be like, oh, I work at Google, I don't get impressed by that, my dude. Like, I know I make way more than you. Like, that's just how it is. And I've done it independently. That's the beauty of it. When I come in here and I talk about this shit, and I talk about it, some people want to say, that Joe's cocky. Nah, I'm not cocky. You got to understand, I got to big myself up. I came from nothing, bro. I came immigrant, right? Shitty high school, right? Shitty community college, right? I'm not supposed to be doing the shit that I'm doing. But you know why I'm doing it? Because literally I knew how to fucking maneuver in the United States. I said, you know what? If I'm gonna go and bust my ass learning something, I gotta learn something that's gonna be profitable. And that is a skill that I can make on my own. If I was right now, if I was like what they call it, like a blue collar worker, I will be doing like construction, like setting tiles or setting, you know, setting tiles or setting, kitchen remodeling, things like that. You know why? Because you could get a job working for somebody and then save your money, buy your own truck, buy your own tools, buy your own shit, and then a year, 2 years later, set up your own business. Those are the skills that are good. The regular skills that be like, oh, well, I work in an office and, I'm a fucking assistant to a marketing, whatever. Those guys can't take those skills and make income for themselves. A guy that's a fucking, what you call that, like, or a girl that's like, what's the name of that word, man? I keep forgetting the name of it. But like a secretary or some shit, like, that's bullshit jobs, bro. That's bullshit jobs. You can't just come up and say, I'm a secretary, and then the next year or in the next 2 years say, oh, I'm setting up my business, my own business as a secretary. Nah, that's like a dead-end job where you're always going to have to work for somebody else. You got to find skills that you can get a job just to get your feet into the industry, and then from there, jobs that pay you a lot when you go on your own and you could build your own empire. You know what I mean? That's why I respect the guys that do constructions, the guys that do freaking architecture. You know, I respect all of that because even the guys that do like plumbing, the guys that do freaking AC fixing, fixing ACs and shit like that, I respect those guys because those are skills that when you leave out of there, like it's like the job, those companies that hire those guys, they hiring them to learn on the job, basically. Same thing as a developer. When you get hired from a company, you're basically getting hired, right? And you're gonna learn a lot of things on the job. So they're paying you to learn on the job. And then from there, once you do that, you have those skills that you leave that company and you leave with all that skills. All those skills you leave out of there and you take it home. And then it's up to you if you want to be another freaking developer and say, you know what, I want to go work at another company, right? If you want to stay in that world of working for somebody else, you could stay in that world forever. People like me, I don't work for nobody, my dude. I got the skills. They fucked up. The way I look at it, they fucked up by letting me in. It's the same thing. I was talking to Omar Suriel. I was telling him, I was like, yo, they fucked up. You know why people, a lot of the people that is on here on YouTube, like they don't really fuck with me like that. Like other YouTubers and shit like that. They don't give me no light. They don't be like, oh, shout out to CodingPhase or hey, go check out CodingPhase. They do it for everybody, but you know what they don't do it for me? Very simple, because they know a dude like myself, if I go and I get 300, 500,000 subscribers, I kill the game. You know what I'm saying? They're like, nah, we're not letting him in, you know? It's like somebody already fucked up by letting him into this industry. You know, guys like myself, we come in here as boss. You know, we were like, yo, we're not coming in here to become a worker for everybody. We're bossing the fuck up, bro. You know what I mean? Again, this is just me giving my opinion. I'm just sharing it with you guys, you know, showing you guys how to make moves, how to get this bread. Follow what I'm doing. If you from New York, you're from the streets, you from wherever the hell you at, right? You're an immigrant. The person that you need to be listening to is me, straight up, because most of these people, nobody here besides that from like traversing media, like nobody else is like self-made like that, bro. A lot of these guys, they come in with degrees and this and that. They're not even giving you the freaking advice that you need to actually make it happen for your situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, you could listen to me or you could just go listen to the next guy and then you'll be in the same position that most of the guys that are in here. You know, it's like, hey, they just work for somebody. You'll see them here 5 years later. You know, 5 years later, and you come back and be like, hey, man, you still working as a developer for this company? Like, yeah, man, you know, I love it here. Yeah, you love it there until the day they fire your ass and they let you go. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's straight up. You love it there till the day they let you go. You know, and it always happens. Nobody stays at a company forever. But at least when you go and become your own boss and make your own income, what happens is that you could weather the storm better. Because if you only have one income stream coming in, when shit goes bad for you. When you are coming in and you say, you know, I got multiple income streams and I have my business, I have my shit, you know, like when I buy a computer, you know, all that shit is a tax write-off. Like, you know, like right now, some of you guys might think like, Joe, this is that. I bring my car up, right, for one specific reason, because I'm also doing another video on how I bought my car, and like literally my car is freaking 80% writable, like tax write-off. Shit is $100,000 car. That shit is a tax write-off, my dude. This is the first year in like, you know, in like 6 years, I'm gonna get a refund. I'm excited for 2021. Hopefully coronavirus don't get me before that, because this is the first year in a long time that I'm gonna get a tax refund, and it's gonna be nice. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a nice little check, because all my shit is tax deductible, my dude. You get what I'm saying? Now, if you're working for a company and you get the same car, and you don't have a business, it's not a tax write-off. That's coming off your main income after taxes that you got to pay that shit off. Me, this shit is a tax write-off. That's why I'm about to buy another freaking crib right now and buying another whip right now. All that shit, tax write-offs. I'm trying to teach you guys the game. This is the game that you see all this white people be knowing, all this freaking business owners they know. Like, that's how they play. Um, I got this is what I call the white strategies. You know what I mean? I got call this shit a Billy strategies. You know what I mean? I'm doing this shit the Billy way. You know what I mean? I call this shit the Billy strategies. Straight up, bro. You know what I mean? So it's up to you if you want to do it. You know? It's shit that I learned with time, man. You think I know about all this stuff? Nah. I learned about it with time. And now I'm talking to you guys and teaching you guys about this thing. Cause it fucking works. Like, we're gonna do some crazy shit. 2021, I'm gonna show my tax freaking, my tax refund. My tax refund is gonna look crazy, bro. Straight up. Between moving from here, from Connecticut to Florida, plus the house that I got is a homestead. Then from there, the freaking car is freaking 100% tax write-off. Then from there, I bought a whole bunch of, like, literally a whole bunch of different equipment this year, which to somebody that's like, damn, you're wasting a lot of money. I'm like, nah, I'm not wasting money. I'm literally spending money to invest into my business, to grow it. You get what I'm saying? And then from there, once they even off how much do you pay, how much was profit, how much was a loss, right? And then you come in and you be like, okay, cool. Plus, you got 3 kids. You know what I mean? You got 3 kids and you're married. You get what I'm saying? That's another thing that we haven't even talked about. Like the taxes game. Like you're married. Like let's say for example you make $200,000, right? You're married. You're not even gonna be when you marry and you do a joint income, right? And basically like my wife doesn't work. I basically earn all the income in the house. So that shit gets split down the middle. So instead of me getting charged taxes as if I was earning 200,000, it's like as if I'm making 100,000 only. And then my wife is getting taxed as she was making 100,000. So it's like a lot of strategies, bro, that once you get into this game, come into the game with the right mentality, bro. Trust me, it's the Billy strategies. The Billies, they know what they're doing out here. You know what I mean? It's true. Sounds crazy, but you gotta do it like them, man. You can't be out here fucking up. You can't be doing it like you don't know what you're doing. It's America. It's a capitalist country, bro. You know? Yeah, man. Look at my son Ethan. All the way over there. He's like, what you doing, Dad? So business strategy. I'm gonna call that shit the Billy strategy, you know? It's true. It's 100% true, bro. You gotta know what you're doing out here, because that's how, when people be looking at guys like Grant Cardone and they be like, damn, how the hell Grant Cardone got a $50 million freaking airplane and this and that. It's like, bro, that's smart, because that $50 million, he could spread that shit out to 10 years or 15 years. And that income that he was going to have to pay in taxes every year, now he's paying it to have a plane, but then it's also helping his business grow. And then at the same time, is a deductible because it's a business expense. So if he had to pay, let's say, I don't know, let's say if $10 million a year, now it's a business expense. And instead of him paying that $10 million to the government, now it's a tax deductible. So he has the plane, that he could use whenever he needs to use it. But then at the same time, instead of him paying that $10 million in taxes, he don't pay that shit no more. You get what I'm saying? The Billy way. You know what I mean? Like, straight up. Straight up, bro. And as an independent developer, you gotta know all the strategies. I was spending so much money in Connecticut in taxes. That's why I said, you know what? I'm out of here. I'm not paying, $50,000. Well, almost $50,000. I'm not paying that much to freaking Connecticut for no reason. When there's states that they make it easier for you to move there by giving you tax deductibles, giving you a whole bunch of opportunities. Like even like the other day, I was talking to my bank, TD Bank. They, in the middle of the fucking pandemic, they're trying to throw me $700,000. So, in the middle of a pandemic, they seen the bread that I was making for the last 4 years, and they want me. They're like, yo, if you need $700,000, you gotta. Well, they say if you need a business loan, they tell me $700,000. They say if you need a business loan, you have a $700,000 limit credit that you can get at any moment you want. So if I decide to say, you know what, I want to get into the real estate game, I could take that income, flip it, buy a couple of homes, fix them up, then from there sell them, pay off the loan, and then now it's like you're playing with monopoly money. It's no longer not even your fucking bread. So again, listen to what I'm telling you. I started from $13 an hour, and this is the type of moves that now we're doing. Can you do this? Of course you can. This isn't science. You know what I'm saying? This isn't science. This isn't like I'm a genius. It's like nah. It's like it's long-term goals and doing them every freaking day, working on them every single day. Get your job first. Then from there, learn how to make some income online. Then from there, use that income to invest in yourself and whatever idea you might have. Grow that idea and continue from there on. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm just trying to teach you guys the game. Nobody else is talking about this type of shit. And y'all seeing the whole process in your face. When I come to YouTube and I share this stuff, it's not for me to be like, damn, Joe flexing. Because you see me with the same t-shirt. You see me with the same hat. You see me without a shape up. You see me just bumming it in my house, right? But I share these things and these moves that I'm doing on my own so you can use them as motivation and see, like, holy shit, like, Joe's not over here, like, buying Gucci's and Louis and this and that. Nah, Joe's smart. Joe knows what he wants. It's processes that you got to go through. It's steps that you got to go through. But you're never going to get to this type of steps working at Walmart. Straight up. I'm just telling you guys ahead of time. If you want to save up $50,000 working at Walmart, you're never going to get that shit. Let me see. Business plans plan. Yeah. Yeah, bro. I'm on the fence, busy learning that, but a few of my business won't work. Now, sometimes you gotta go through, like, gotta take the risk. I took a risk. Look, Famous was a new business idea, right? Pandemic hit. There's no clubs, there's no nothing. I spent like 6 months building the website. I spent like $12,000 setting everything up, from setting up the LLC to paying for the lawyers to write the freaking policies and terms of policies and all those things. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I gotta go in. My son is acting up. Let me just see what's going on. But I still gotta get a hotel out here. But like I said, man, I'm just trying to teach you guys all of these things. Labor Day sale, LABORDAY2020 is the coupon code. Just like that, how it is on the title. Again, I share all these things so you can see what the fuck is going on. Like what happens when you learn how to code and the shit that you get to do. And I'm just a regular dude. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if, if you on your own come up with a killer app, killer idea, right? You could get to even higher positions than where I'm at. I'm just a regular dude. You know what I'm saying? And somehow making moves. Shit that I wouldn't even think that I was gonna be able to make. Right? So take this opportunity, learn from what I got, and even if you don't want to learn from me, at least use this shit as motivation to get into development. Because you could learn it from me, or you could learn it from wherever you want. I would say learn it from me because, one, you will get to support me and support what I'm doing here on CodingPhase, and two, because I actually have done it. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you go and learn from a dude that's teaching you, well, he went to a freaking Ivy League school and he's teaching you all these algorithms and this and that. It was like, yeah, like he's a great developer, but he's not teaching you some shit that you fucking can achieve or you can do on your own, because he's not gonna give you a route or a pathway that's related to what you already got going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know about you guys. I ain't going to no Ivy League school. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that shit is even possible right now. But at the end of the day, whatever you want. But just take this opportunity and learn. Get in the game. This is not a game. This is not some bullshit. This is not get rich quick schemes. This is like, yo, you get into this career, you're gonna have a good life after it. Okay? It is what it is. All right, guys. I'm gonna see you guys later. It's your boy Joe, back at it again. CodingPhase.com. Take care, guys. Peace.